No zombie, I'm not wasting any more of my time looking for you. Now, I've looked everywhere I can and I still can't find you, which means there must be a dark spot somewhere that you've spawned in. I will find you at a later date. But welcome back, everybody, to another episode of our Minecraft Xbox One Survival Let's Play. Since last episode, I've done a little bit of work on our storage room that we were doing last episode, and I've expanded it through, which you can see from behind me, towards where the nether portals are under the center of our world. The thinking behind this is eventually to craft this into the start of our end base, and I've actually had a look at where our end portals are underneath this area, which we actually have 3. Because of the weird world generation a couple years ago, obviously the silverfish spawners are now like random zombie skeleton, god knows whatever. There was an issue in one of the title updates a while ago which changed that. And yeah, so let's have a look at what I've done. The gold sword came from a pig man that came through the portal I just killed recently, which is why I've got it in my inventory. But this is what I've done with the storage room. So obviously last episode we did this bottom half right here, and I've expanded it upwards onto 2 more layers with another set of 24 double chests. And obviously all of these are still empty because, well, essentially all my stuff is still organized in these 12 right here. I mean, by the look of that, we could probably get most of those in probably one of those up there. But the fact that we've got so many more chests now is so much better for the fact that I can actually spread the gear back out properly. Now, we might even add more chests to this at a later date, but for now, this is what we've got, and I will probably move over all of the gear from all across the world into these chests at some point. Now, obviously, then it came up here, and we had this sort of wall we were digging through, which was going to combine to out here, so we had a secondary access point besides the base house down there. Now we actually have 4 access points. This is the second of the 4. And as you go up into here, you can see this is where the nether portals are. I kind of expanded around the outside of them and took out some of the extra stuff that didn't need to be here anymore. For example, the ladder is now gone because I don't need it. Otherwise, that would have been 5 entrances. We've made this like weird sort of curvy staircase go inside the house right here, which is next to the center of our world. I think it gives it a much better access point, especially if I'm looking for different ways in and out. Especially because this chest room has to be really accessible for it to be, essentially it has to be in the right place in the world. I don't really want to put a good chest storage room somewhere and then have no way to get to the thing. So plenty of access areas is one of the key things for this thing. So obviously that's the 3rd location. The 4th one is just a quick staircase over here to the top again. This is the last thing I've just recently added in. Now we have actually got a development, or at least the start of a staircase going down right here. I've kind of had to redevelop the white clay house that we had right here. If I smash through the wall, you can kind of see what's going on. I've just brought the wall forward so that I can sneak the staircase behind it. But this is all I've done for this just now. It will continue to go all the way down, take a right-hand turn, and end up in the stronghold. Now, the clear thing about making another base is the fact that we probably have to build more farms on the thing to make it utilized properly. So essentially, we're going to need to make a couple food farms on it. But I want to avoid making the automatic farms, which we've already got in our world. And speaking of automatic farms, that's what I want to kind of get involved with today. Now, those chests down there are filling up very, very quickly, which means we need to go back and do some villager trading to get some more emeralds and work towards that emerald beacon that we wanted to create. We should probably have a look in these chests because I've got a feeling they will start to be building up again. So let's grab all these melon slices and turn these back into blocks, and then we will take a big inventory full of stuff up to the top of where our farmer and librarian villagers are. Now, I think the key thing with those villages is the fact that we have to keep alternating the trades with them, which is why I've been slowly building up a mass amount of stuff. We'll probably bring over some potatoes as well, because that's what I used to trade with prior, before the fact that we had all these automatic farms running to create the pumpkins, melons, and the sugarcane for the paper. Now, obviously, we do have a small sugarcane farm back in our old base, but it wasn't really functional, and the fact that I had to harvest that thing manually really wasn't helping me at all. Let's just kind of break this like so, because I know I've got more to grab out of the chest. Let's just grab all of these. It looks like it's filling up quite quickly anyway, which is a good thing. Let's just grab that, do one more stack of melons. It's probably going to be 2 more by the looks of how many stacks of actual melon I've got in my inventory. Let's just fill that one up. Put these all here. But yeah, so the farmer villagers, key thing is trying to get a farmer villager to breed at least that had the 8 melon or the 8 pumpkin trade, which meant we could do 8 emeralds per stack. So let's put these last couple ones in here. I don't really care for what extra ones we have because it doesn't really matter because these will fill back up at some point anyway. Let's just kind of spread these out, put that there and that over there. The rest of them can just go back in the chest. It's only a stack and 28. Looks like I got a random bits of, I know what that's from. That is from the old piston timing extender that we had underneath the... where we've just built this area right here. Where that staircase is was where the timer extension was for one of the tracks. So let's just grab our redstone ender chest, not the flower-based one, and let's just throw all of that back in there. You probably can't tell, but I'm running really low on pickaxes again, because obviously because I'm building so much, I don't really spend so much time fighting monsters and gaining experience, which means every time I use a pickaxe when I'm building, I haven't really got the levels to replace it, and it looks like I just missed a piece of redstone dust there. In fact, that can just go in there for now. So let's grab a little bit of stuff, and let's see what trades we've got on offer up at the top, because what I'm going to have to do is be careful not to let the things out. So let's grab... I mean, we've already got 4 emeralds anyway, so let's probably grab quite a few stacks of pumpkins. Let's keep this thing organized at least. Let's go with... I think let's bring 8 stacks with us, so that's another 1, 2, 3 there. We'll probably bring 8 stacks of pumpkins and do the same with the paper. So obviously we actually have to craft the paper, which is a little bit frustrating. That could go there, and then I can just quick snap them into my inventory. So let's just put them all there. They'll go on my hotbar though, won't they? Yes. I thought they went into my inventory, but they don't. I mean, I'd have to do it from here manually instead. But that's fine. We've actually brought just over 9 there. Let's get rid of those extra 37. And let's start with that. I've got a feeling by the time we've alternated through all these, we might have to go and get some potatoes to get some more stuff. I don't think I've got a crafting bench up there, which is why I've got one in my inventory. And then obviously we're going to need our fireworks to actually get up to our villagers. If the fireworks would activate, it would be sweet timing. There we go. So it looks like all our villages are still intact from the last time I used the Iron Golem farm, which actually wasn't too long ago. I was testing that the thing still works, which it does if I'm not AFK. When I was AFKing, it was screwing it up a little bit, and I've just realized I'm going to need a slot for the glass. So goodbye to that. We have a pickaxe with Silk Touch on so that I can break through the roof and get my glass panel back. Let's just place that back there. So we should have 20 villagers in here, and it looks like our first of our farmers is right here. He's got an 11 pumpkin trade on him. This guy's got a 9, which means we'll probably start with him. And he is 13. What have we got over here? That's a fisherman. He's no good. What have we got for paper trades? 33, 29, and 26. Oh, there's quite a few of these. He's 26 as well. He's a new guy. Might try and trade out of him. 32 and 31. One of these does have the mending book, so I've got to find that one. It's not you. It's not that librarian. It's not that one. It's this one, isn't it, with the unbreaking 2? Yes. Okay, so we're looking for 14 emeralds for more for more mending, because I need to get it on a couple new my newer pickaxes and stuff like that. So let's start off with the farmers. So we're looking for that guy that had 9. So which is this? Oh, this guy's got 8. Oh, we're definitely trading with this guy then. So his trade's disappeared. Let's just back out of him and see what happens now. So he's immediately refreshed, which is always a good sign. So we'll just keep trading our pumpkins into him. Again, the trade is gone. Let's see if he refreshes again. He does, which is sweet. I always love it when they actually refresh themselves. So we can build up our mass amount of emeralds here, especially for all the the amount of automatic farming that's been going on in the world. I don't really need it to be going on too much because I don't really want to accomplish the goal too quickly. I feel like we want to keep the villagers around for a reason. This guy is still going. He's almost going to get me a stack from 8 stacks of pumpkins here. This is awesome. The only problem is the fact that all the villagers keep pushing me out of the way just to get to the guy that is now full of emeralds. Is he going to refresh again? Yes, he is. Wow, this guy is going to take all of our emeralds. This one is a keeper. Wow, he's refreshed again as well. I am very surprised at that. So, to be fair, you do need quite a lot of... so he's a 9 melon. Let's switch over now. Let's go find a different guy and see if... Ooh, his is 7. Wow. I didn't realize they went as low as 7. I thought they were 8. His is 12. And his hasn't unlocked. So, where's that guy that had 7? Is it this one? Yeah. So I guess you can actually get a pumpkin trade, which is 7. I thought the lowest was 8 so that you could do the stacks, but I guess that's just off of lack of experience, really, in that area. And just slowly building my way back up with this guy now. I think the highest point I've ever had of emeralds is probably around 2.5 stacks. But obviously that all went back into reinvesting in the the very original villagers. That's why they've all been unlocked. Slowly does this guy. So he's locked out of his pumpkins, obviously, because keep doing that. So it looks like what we need to do is really get out of my way. Is it this guy? Oh, he's over here. I see him. He's got the particle effect. So it looks like his trade's gone now, which is a shame, really, because we were working really well on that guy. But what does this guy have? This guy has a 9, which isn't too bad. I mean, as long as we average about 8 a trade, we should be okay. He is refreshing, which is awesome. So let's just blitz our way through that guy again. I've got to be careful not to waste any of my emeralds on the trades after. Oops, I'm in the librarian's inventory now. Back to my farmer again. Oops, like that, for example, wasting on 5 apples that I'm never going to use. But I mean, I guess that would unlock the trade again if it was locked out. Let's just back out of this guy and go back to him again. Looks like this guy will probably take up the rest of our emeralds, and we've just gone over 2 stacks, which is cool. And I haven't even really touched any of the paper stuff. Considering how much we've got in those chests down there, we could really bulk up a mass amount of stuff very quickly here. So, got to be careful here, though, that I don't get the villagers to kill themselves while I'm crafting using this workbench. They will try and jump on top of it, of course. So that's 3 stacks of paper quite easily there. So what we'll do is we'll get a load of emeralds, and then I'll probably reinvest them again back into the villagers to try and unlock any better trades. Because, I mean, I've got so much stuff in those chests down there, it's worth just kind of waiting for a little bit more. Because I've got so much, it's hardly worth just wasting it all, especially if I'm going to use a project at some point. So this guy's 26, but, I mean, it's a start, I guess. I mean, his has disappeared. This is a 34. Where's that villager just gone? I actually lost him. 32. 29, 31. I swear we had at least 2 26s. Yes, this guy's 26 as well. Okay, good job I don't have a book in my inventory. Otherwise, buying a Thorns 3 would blow a big portion of the emeralds in my inventory. So he's got nothing really much else to offer. Let's have a look at some of the enchanted books this guy has. I mean, if I can find a really, really strong efficiency book, you're actually not going to trade. Wow, you just stole the... I have to do that to re-unlock you. Come on, guy. Yes, there we go. So what's he got? It's got a glass trade. It's 4 glass, which isn't too bad. So let's just do 2 more of those. And see if he refreshes again, which I think he has. So let's just spin to the end. Has he got an enchanted book? He has. It's Protection 1, which isn't really great. I mean, we could just break this back into 3 books again and do the trading from up here, which actually isn't that bad of an idea. Forget that you can get a bookshelf and just smash it to get books. So, first of all, we want to grab a couple mending books. They're only 14 apiece, so let's just grab 1, 2 of those for now. Because I've got plenty of gear that I can be putting these things on. And that takes us back down below the 2 stack mark again. And what else have we got? You guys are all locked out. I'm not going to be bothering with you. Nope. It's not really the farmers I'm looking for. It's the librarians, really, with the Thorns books and stuff. I don't really need the glass off you guys, so what's the point? You're a leather worker, don't really care for you. I mean, the other thing is to try and unlock the weaponsmiths and try and get the diamond pickaxes out of the other villagers, should I say. Fishers need 2 over here. I mean, you could probably do with unlocking these librarians, especially for the books. So what we'll probably do is we'll go and grab some more paper and we'll do this all over again. I've got to go out of a wall where they're not going to kill me. Well, kill me, I say that. They're not going to do anything. It's just I don't want them escaping into the water below because it pretty much breaks the iron golem farm. So let's jump back down to our little tube area that we've been storing stuff in. Eventually I will have to move this as well. Probably just condense the tracks back to where they were. But that obviously is the benefits of the automatic farm, is that everything is basically running itself. I don't really need to do anything. Oh my goodness me. That is a lot of sugarcane in the bottom 2 chests. I forgot how much sugarcane I'd actually had before I introduced the pumpkin farm on it and the melon farm. Wow, I didn't realize how much stuff was in these chests. Obviously, I knew it was like 5 stacks of chests, but I forgot that they were all organized because I keep moving them down so they group together again. So we want to make a good amount of emeralds here, so we'll just grab a load of pumpkins first of all. I'm just going to make a mass amount of emeralds first, and then we'll come back, and then we'll see where we are at. So can I throw those in there? No, I can't. I can put those in there, though. And I can put those back as well. I mean, the other thing is just having to get back up and down, which might be the easiest thing eventually, is when I do remove the Iron Golem farm to move it out to somewhere else in the world, to make it a little bit further away so I have to AFK out there, is that I want to do like a villager trading station, because obviously the original plan was to put the villagers on minecart tracks in the little stalls that we created down below, but the problem is we can't guarantee that the stalls are going to be mob proof. So in the meanwhile, while I can't guarantee that, they kind of have to stay up here and stay safe. So let's go back to our farmers again with the pumpkins. See if we can spot my favorite guy where he had the 8 trade. Where is he gone? That guy's an 11. Fisherman. Oh, they all look the same. This is really hard to kind of deviate. Oh, are you just walking in front of me? Because, nope, you're not the right one either. Is it this guy over here? Yes, that's a 9. Did we have an 8 or a 9? I can't remember. I guess we'll use this guy anyway, because, I mean, he's the first one I've come across. While he's refreshing, let me just double check it wasn't this. Oh, it is. It's this guy over here. Did I just buy? Yeah, okay, I just wasted an emerald. Made 3 pumpkin pies out of 8 pumpkins. I'm sure that is a bad ratio. Okay, he's gone. Nope, I don't think he's refreshed. Oh, no, he has. This is going to be... The easiest way to make money is with farmer villagers. If one thing I can ever suggest, if you're going to make a full survival world and rely on villager trading to gain emeralds and stuff, especially for the achievement to get 30 emeralds, just make automatic farms. Like, the easiest thing to do is set up a sugarcane farm, set up potato, carrot, wheat farms, because you will just get farmer villagers being your best friend, essentially. Now, there are 2 of the farms that we haven't quite got in this world yet. Well, 3 really, if you count the fact that our potato farm isn't fully automatic, it's only semi. Is we need to set up 3 food farms, really. 1 for wheat, 1 for carrots, and 1 for potatoes. Oops, that's more pumpkins just bought. That's okay, though. Okay, let's go back to this guy. Since the other one didn't bother refreshing, where is actually that guy? So I'm kind of just alternating between the 2 cheapest ones that I've got here. So we need something to unlock this guy. And I'll just buy the pumpkin pie since I've already blown some in my inventory. See if it'll let me back in his inventory again. Nope. Do I have to buy some more? Wow, this guy is a stubborn guy. Come on, guy. Refresh your trade. I want it back. Is it the end trade that I have to buy? Yes, it's the... Okay, I did think there's something to do with the end trade, which is probably why it makes it so expensive to refresh librarians. I guess you don't quite have to keep buying pumpkin pies every time. It's kind of best to just go over and buy cakes, because it will refresh the pumpkin trade in the middle. But I mean, that's the benefits of trading with multiple different items, though, is the fact that you can just basically just lock out an entire villager. This is the other guy that needs unlocking again. We'll just buy a cake from you. Okay, there we go, he's back. So his is the 9 one. So this is the problem with overdoing your villagers for a certain item. This is why it's best to kind of trade them out with different stuff. So I think if I run out of the pumpkin trades on these 2 cheap guys, I'll go and grab some melons. We'll do a bit more on those and try and re-unlock the pumpkins again. Because look, you're noticing now that these are... When we first came up here, the pumpkins were... They weren't locking themselves out, but they weren't disappearing as quickly as they are now. This guy's an 11. We might as well trade into him a little bit. Since this guy hasn't even unlocked any of his final trades yet, which he has just now, he's got a 7 melon trade, which is really, really good. So it looks like we're just going to get a little bit more here. So this guy will probably actually get through most of the stacks that we've got now, because obviously we haven't blown a mass amount into him just yet, so he'll presumably keep refreshing for quite a while here. It's the same when you get like new priests and stuff, when you get the you put them down at zombie spawners. Which actually, we probably will want to set one of those up, because that's another easy trade to get a load of emeralds from, is the zombie villager, I keep saying zombie villager, but the zombie flesh trade on a priest, which obviously this guy's got 31, but the fact that obviously you can buy bottles of enchanting from clerics makes for, yeah, it's a really good conversion rate if you have massive amounts of emeralds. It looks like we have like 3.5 stacks of the stuff now. Shepherd. I'm really just looking for any of these guys now to just empty my inventory of pumpkins at this point. So I think I'm going to lock myself out of all the pumpkin trading by just trading pumpkins. So this guy's got a 13. He's quite expensive, but it just disappears as we run out of pumpkins, which is good. Which means I can go back down now, get something else, and just sort out the mess that I've created up here by just trading one item. So this is the benefits of looking into this, is because the fact that eventually when we sort out where the villagers are going to be trading in the stations and stuff again, is we can set it up so that our inventory fills with alternating items, so it forces you to trade with different things. Because just doing it with pumpkins and stuff, like you said, you can just see when they lock themselves out. So let's just grab the melons that we've got there. Don't really want any more of those. Let's grab a lot of this instead. I do need 1 item slot in my inventory though, but I think that should be enough for trading for today after we've done this last round, because we're up to like 3.5 stacks here, which is really good, but we obviously don't have the oops, let's just do that. I can't believe that took two fireworks to get up. It was a little bit strange. I guess the first one just didn't have any power behind it. Let's just break through this block right here. Need to get that glass back. There we go. I mean, that's the other thing, is if I don't get the glass back, I could just buy it back from another villager again. So, what have we got over here? So, you have the 12 guy. I'm looking for the 8 one first. So, you're a 9. You're nothing. There was a 7 one, wasn't there? Didn't we have 2 of these guys that were 7? Yeah, this is one of them. So, you don't really burn through the melons as much, but I guess the farms are quite actually... This is where the benefit of the farms come in, is the fact that, ooh, there's 2 of them. So, I can just alternate with these 2 guys. Just do it really quickly. Got them both pinned in the corner, which is nice. They're not running around separating from each other. It's the easiest way to get emeralds in this game, is just, like I said, with the villager farms. Okay, the other guy is there next to me. Oops, there goes some more apples. See, that's the problem with speed clicking, is every so often I seem to just waste an emerald, but that's fine. I mean, the automatic farms are kind of doing that for me anyway. So that's all of those gone. Let's craft some more paper, grab ourselves some more books, and I think we'll call this an episode. I wanted to just kind of do a little bit of a more chilled out episode, showing the benefits of all the stuff that we've been building recently, because this is what we've been building up to. There was no point kind of building all those automatic farms and then not doing anything with it. It's nice to kind of start working on the end game stuff now, because that's going to be eventually removing this iron golem farm and placing it somewhere else is one of the first things on the list. Getting the villagers out and getting them inside of the stalls, because I mean, I think the best way we're going to do that though is kind of do 2 in 1 really. We're going to have to move the villagers first and then dismantle the iron golem farm, because otherwise it's probably going to be remove the doors, move the villagers, dismantle the entire thing, because it's going to have to be moved out to somewhere in the world where it doesn't look ugly, because quite frankly it doesn't belong here anymore in the town. The town's become, in my opinion, too developed to really do anything. And why did I leave after crafting the paper? I wanted to get some more from the librarians first, but I think, you know what, I'll just leave it at that. It's quite awkward to get up to the thing now. But yeah, we've got like 4.5 stacks, which is almost like, well, it's about 31 blocks of emeralds, thereabouts. So we'll go and craft them now, because obviously we need about 164 blocks of emeralds for the emerald beacons. That puts us at about 20% of the stuff, and we haven't really burnt through any of the stuff that we've been building up so far inside the automatic farms, which is really, really cool, because it looks like we might actually be able to get the emeralds a lot sooner than I thought, which is really nice change for once. So let's do this. Obviously, the key thing is I want to be able to showcase these beacons when we've gathered them, essentially. But I think the hardest beacon to get is going to be the diamond one. I can't believe we've got to go out and get so many diamonds. That's insane. But 31 blocks of emeralds, that's an excellent start for where we want to be in the future. So the other thing is the gold beacon is going to be hard, because we need to set up a zombie pigman farm, which is probably going to be either a lot of portals or it's going to be above the nether, which means we need to break through our nether at some point in the near future and kind of pick an area for that as well. But thank you very much for watching this sort of chilled sort of setback episode, just grinding out the work towards finishing our monument. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all again in the next one, but we're probably doing something a little bit more productive. Bye-bye.